Okay, so I finally went and bought the alcohol from the store, and because this is my first ever walk, uh, my brain is not kind of in the place. Obviously, you feel shy, like you're cringe from the sides anywhere. So I bought some wine here. I'm actually going to drink it now so that my brain can think more, and I'm going to tell the whole story. The most important already I told you about. Um, by the way, this is behind me where I'm going to sleep today and tomorrow probably. And you know there were Bulgarians here. I don't know if it's in, but when it says who on something, if who is written on something, there were Bulgarians there. Of course, I didn't write it myself. Okay. My brain cannot think at all. This is why I'm going to drink this. And hope, I'm not going to get drunk from this, but at least my mind is going to care less and I will have more of a, what is it called? Let's just say dopamine. I had to clean some stuff from my phone because I didn't have space, and I was worried the video is just going to stop recording while I'm talking. So let's make it quicker. Who the fuck is this bullshit? Okay, so I'm doing this now for 5 minutes and I still cannot open it with this fork. Maybe I'll have to see some YouTube tutorials. Or maybe I think I finally understood how to open it. Let's do it. Yes! I just have to fix my fork. I think it's inside. Almost have. So here is the whole story. For the summer, I wanted to go and work in Denmark with my friend. Actually, he wasn't my friend. I need more. So, for the summer, I went with one of my people, so I studied history. And I decided to go with one of my friends. Actually, he wasn't my friend. I think we're kind of getting there, but he's like twice my age. He was from my class in history, and he was going to go in Denmark to work as a strawberry picker in the island of Samsu. And I decided to go with him. He offered me the job. It didn't pay bad. We went through Romania. I really liked it, the nature there, near the Danube. In Bulgaria we don't have mountains in our Danube region, so I really liked seeing mountains and river beneath it. It was very cool. By the way, I might go a little bit off topic right now. And you're going to say that this is because you've drank the wine, but don't worry. I just wanted to get in the mood. But I'm a Bulgarian nationalist, so I believe Romanians and Bulgarians are the same people. We are all the Thracians, okay? And I will actually need the help of Romanians in this video. So, went through Romania, we slept there in a tent. The morning we thought that some tractor was coming or something towards us. We just jumped out of the tent, but it was just going on the road. Okay, so I wished I talked more, but I don't have space. This is why I'm stopping the videos. I don't have space. No matter how much I delete from my phone, there is always no space left. So we went through Hungary. The roads there were terrible. There was a big difference from Romania. I don't know why. In Germany we slept in some Platz, so basically like a parking lot in a tent. And then we went into Samsu. For the first time I saw ferry boat and many other things. We went into the island. I got the job and they gave me a caravan. But the caravan, and by the way, one day if I'm to ever become big, if I'm to ever to have money, because I don't have money, I mean, I'm going to make it so that you can give me if you want to, but yeah, that's it. I will talk more about this later, but I don't want to be a beggar. Or do I? So, I'm going to talk more about detail about this story and many others, but now I don't have a lot of space, so they gave me a caravan, but the caravan that they gave me didn't have a lock. I couldn't lock it. They gave to the gypsies, to the Romanian gypsies, one that have locks, but they didn't give to me. And the guy that was with me, the Bulgarian that I came with, Ivan, he told me that he was working there for 15 years. Fucking bullshit. He told me he was working there for 15 years, there was never theft. And the man helped me a lot with a lot of things. I even felt ashamed a lot of times that he had to help me find a job, sleep in his van. But this was the first time that ever someone stole. So we were there, Romanian gypsies, Czechs, and only 3 Bulgarians. Most of the white people were Czechs. They were around my age. Czechs, very good people, by the way. They are very nice to you, at least the ones that I saw. And even when we went to Czechia, I noticed that I became friends with them. We drank one time in Saturday. So we came in Friday, the Saturday we drank. So 1 week later, and I thought it was like a whole month. One day I went with one girl and we smoked weed somewhere in the fields. And the night when I came back, so we smoked, then somewhere when I was going to go to bed, I asked her if we were going to smoke again. We smoked again. I would go to my bed. Jerked off a little bit so that I can fall asleep, but then I put my phone on the shelf. And as I was putting my phone on the shelf, I noticed that my power bank that I bought from Bulgaria was missing. But I thought that I was just not concentrated enough, and I didn't really mind it. And the next day I started searching for it, also the belt of Ivan. the belt for the back that he gave me, that was helping me with the pain in the back because I lifted weights before and I did something. It was also missing, and I was worried that I lost his belt. Anyways, I started searching for it, and I noticed that my laptop, with the laptop case, and my graphic tablet were missing. The whole case was gone with the laptop. The graphic tablet, inside it, there was no tablet. Instead, they put one of my books in there, and there were marks of trying someone to open, maybe like a woman, I don't know, trying to open the box of the graphic tablet, and I never ever opened them or got them out, so I knew they were stolen. I was still wondering if I did something that I do not remember, because I know that I'm not very concentrated. A lot of times my mind wanders around. I had a very big problem with daydreaming. But well, they were stolen. So my boss, they called him, he called the police, but he told me that they only work Friday from 10 to 12 a.m. It was Friday, but it was later in the day, so I had to go Monday. I didn't know who stole my stuff. To this day, I don't know. So even though I say Romanians, although we all know it's them, I don't know specifically if it's the Romanians that were from my caravan, or if it's someone else. But if it's someone else, they're 99% sure that they're connected with the Romanians, gypsies, that I was with. So I didn't want to hope that somehow the Danish police is going to find me stuff, because by Monday it would be too late, right? So the next day I decided to go into their caravans to search, not to steal anything, not to break anything. But as I was trying to unlock one of the doors, I didn't have thin enough steel to open it. So I had to interpret, even though I knew it's not going to work, but I had to do it with a fork and with another thing, pinceta, call it in Bulgarian, I don't know the name of English, what it is. So I had to open the door, and my boss saw me. Okay, I farted. My boss saw me, and he fired me. He was very erratic, he didn't know what I was talking about. I told him, hey, sit down, let's talk, whatever. He tells me, get away from here. I'm asking him, there is nowhere that I can sleep. Do you want me to sleep on the street? He says, no, I don't want to sleep on the street. I'm telling him, then what do you want? He tells me, well, whatever. Basically, he didn't make sense. Not that I make sense now, but he didn't really make sense. He doesn't want me to sleep on the street, but at the same time, he wants me to leave. He even said to the guy who brought me here, who we study with, get him to the ferry boat and just leave. Like, this guy doesn't, no empathy, zero empathy. This is one thing that I noticed about Danish people. They're very like autistic. They don't have sympathy, they don't have empathy. They cannot understand that all I was trying to do was find my things, because in my laptop I'm an animator, country boss animator. 90% of my animations that I don't have on my phone, and I don't have uploaded, they're on my laptop. They're just unfinished because I start something and I don't finish it, and I start another thing. They're all gone. This is years of animations. When I understood that it was gone and the police cannot do anything because they work until 12 a.m., I honestly thought about jumping in the river. I wasn't going to do it because I had such thoughts a lot of times. I never did it. It's one thing to think it, it's another thing to actually do it. So good thing was when he called the police and he told me to wait, and I waited. He then came to me and told me, you have to go to them the Monday. I mean, the same thing that was bad for me that they didn't work on Saturday, Sunday, every day after that, after 12 a.m. Now worked in my favor. It was very funny for me. I followed a girl on Instagram because I told her, put your account here in Instagram and record me if you get arrested by the police. And then send me the video because I like to save such things from my wife. Because I always believe that I might become something one day and I can show these videos and that it will be interesting. But then the boss comes and tells me they're not going to come. Monday you will have to go. I thought about leaving the Denmark and going back, but my parents gave me 500 euro here. I lost a lot of things. I'm on a loss of 2000 euro basically. Plus, if I had to give money for all the animations that I've lost, it's going to be probably 10,000 euro. They don't cost money, but materially speaking, it's 2000 that I'm at loss here only for 1 week. The next day, we searched for jobs with Ivan. I slept in his caravan. Right now I'm not going to sleep there because he needs it. And I'm going to sleep here. I'm in Yusav at the end of the day. He doesn't... my phone stopped recording again because I don't have space, so I will be quick. It's not dangerous where I'm going to sleep, don't worry about it. But basically I lost my laptop, I lost my graphic tablet, I lost one charger, which is not a big deal, a power bank that cost 80 euro, and Ivan's belt for my back. Probably more than 1000 euro, plus my boss didn't pay me off the days that I worked, because it is in the contract that if I don't work 10 days, he's allowed to not give me money, and I worked only for maybe a week, a little bit less. So he's allowed not to give me the whole money, but he still gave me something, 700 krona, the Danish currency. Which I've spent, I don't know how. Maybe it's the fucking cigarettes. So the next day, by the way, I want to make a very long video and really talk about this, but I don't have space in my phone, so I'll have to make it quick. I don't know at what point it's going to just cut off, but so yesterday we went with Ivan. I had to search for jobs. I didn't find any, but today I understood that there is a possibility that I'm going to work to a Bulgarian here in Samsun, Denmark, only if I can find somewhere to sleep. And we actually found someone who on Tuesday, because he's not going to be here the weekend, I will go there and maybe I can find in one of his houses to sleep. These 2 days I'm going to sleep here. Overall, you understood the story. If I have to say anything more important, if you're a Romanian, look, this is going to sound fake, but it's true. Romanians are genetically the closest to Bulgarians, except Macedonians, but they're Bulgarians, because we're all the Thracians. Dacian is the same as Thracian. We're the same people, really, we just speak different languages, and I really love Romania, although I know almost nothing about it, but every time something has to do with Romania, it feels like Bulgaria, like we are the poorest in the EU. We are always competing who is going to be the worst in EU. But not just that, the culture, martinici that we wear during March, everything. So if you're Romanian, I want to break the stereotypes that you steal, because you don't steal. If you stole and if you are thieves, then that should exist for us Bulgarians as well, but no, it's your steal. And you have the capacity to help me. I will give the information at some point in the video or in the description. Go to a pawn shop or to a police, and the serial number of my laptop and all of this, and say that it is stolen, so that somehow I can return my things. In my university I also had one guy that was he was part of the Albanian. I don't know if he will be angry if we talk about this, because sometimes I speak too much, but I don't think that even he can help me, so as much help that I can get, I will appreciate. Today, okay, I can barely be seen. I don't have time because again the video recording stopped. I don't have free space in my phone, so I will try to be quick. Today Ivan had a grill party because his sister did whatever, and he's celebrating, and I had photos of the farm where I'm banned from going anymore from my boss, and I just feel bad, man. These people are there, they are celebrating, even the Saturday, now it's Sunday, yesterday, I wanted to celebrate my birthday. Now my birthday is on the 20th of June, but for whatever reasons I couldn't celebrate it then, so I had to make it the other Saturday. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a very terrible thing that happened to me, but on one side it feels like I don't care that much. I don't know. My ex-girlfriend that I broke with because she's constantly thinking that I'm cheating on her. I love her. I do love her a lot. After we broke up, we still saw each other again, did this and that, but she constantly thinks that I'm cheating on her. She is very good, by the way. She gave me more money than I gave her, which is weird because she's a woman, but she gave me more money. She gave me a lot of things, but she is insecure in herself and she constantly thinks that I'm cheating on her. Even when after we broke up, it should be normal, but whatever. And today I spoke with her, and again, there was insulting, there was all of that, and I really love her, she's very close to me. This is momentary, but if she didn't have that trait in her, I would have married her, but she is very insecure in herself. I have my toxic trait as well. Although I didn't do anything here, only when she heard that there are Czech women here, she thought go with the Czech woman, whatever. She was starting to get, even though I didn't do anything. But if she didn't have that toxic trait of hers, I would have married her. Now I have a toxic trait of mine, which is that I want to fuck some bitches before I get married, but I didn't do it, so then we've broken up, so it doesn't count, okay? It doesn't count, but still. Not that I was perfect, but I don't blame her. Honestly, a lot of people hate their exes. I don't. I see mine as my little sister and I love her. What the fuck am I doing? So, a lot of you guys, let's end here because there isn't a lot of time before I run out of space. I also have to make the video short so that it gains some views. It wouldn't make sense if it has only 5 views. Look, a lot of bad things happened to me. A lot of bad things have happened throughout my whole life. But right now, let's not think about what happened in the past. I lost years of my work, property that is more than 1,000 euros, that is basically 2 Bulgarian salaries. Other than that, whatever. Other bad things happened. I will have to sleep here. Look, niggas. If I have to give you one advice, honestly, the thing is, I can do it, but only if I can write it on paper, if I can give all the arguments. I don't have that right now. So whatever I'm going to say is going to sound shallow. It's not going to sound real. It's not going to have my own thinking involved into it, my logic and everything. It's going to have only the result of my thinking. But basically, if you struggle with anything, I struggled before because I was antisocial, whatever. I always wanted to have a girlfriend, I didn't have, whatever. I was depressed, I wanted to kill myself, all of that. Look, every time you achieve whatever you thought that if you achieve you feel good, every time you achieve it, you look for the other mountain and you never feel good. You never satisfy yourself. Happiness is a state of life. It's a state of how you think, not of material objects. The reason why I don't feel that bad as you would have felt in my position is because through life, as I got through many terrible things, I started to, and because I was daydreaming and arguing with myself in my brain, I started to realize the meaning of life. And I will probably make videos about it some later day if I have money to buy a new phone and whatever, and to have enough space. Look, life is not serious. You're going to die. And you all know that you're going to die, but life isn't serious. Life isn't serious. Life is like a video game. You just live it. Okay, my video stopped again. The only exception to that rule is morality. Be moral with people and all of that, that's the only exception. Other than that, your life, all it is you have to maximize pleasure. But not in a hedonistic way. Not in a way where you drink a lot, because I had a problem with alcohol. I'm 22 years old, by the way. I did it very recently, 1 week ago. Not hedonism, where you feel a lot of pleasure but then it goes down. You just have to understand why you want everything that you want. What is the real reason? The emotional reason. And all of life, all of what life is emotions. All of everything that you ever do is emotions. Emotions and morality, but people don't have a lot of morality, so that is maybe 10%. Let me smoke a last cigarette if I have time for this till my video ends. Man, I smoked so many. Anyways. Look. One day I'm going to make a video, subscribe. Actually, don't I'm telling you, do not subscribe to me if you don't like country boys, because this channel is for that. Okay. You can give me money though. Anyways, I wish that I could give all of the knowledge that I have. I cannot. I will do this in later videos someday. For all of you who are watching me for the country boys video, I have one that is pretty much ready, and I'm going to upload it. After that, expect a hole in when I'm going to upload the next video. This isn't even lit. Fucking nigger, man. And I can barely be seen now. I promise you one day I'm going to make videos like this. I really enjoyed. I really feel bad because other people are in the farm, the people that I know that they are doing their things. I'm here going to sleep in whatever, but at the same time I don't care. And what I wanted to tell Wesley before the time runs out is that life is a video game. Actually, video games are like life. You just live. All of the everything that life is experience. Just living, just enjoying certain things or feeling pain about other things. Nothing that you ever create will ever last. All that your life ever is a feeling. And all that you feel bad about and you feel good about is how you see the world. I don't see the world the same way that other people. Like, think about your parents being worried about you when you yourself aren't worried about it. Why do you think that is the case? Because your parents have a different world that they live in. I cannot say the world really in English, but anyways, they live in a different world. The different world, everything that ever exists here. They have a different world that they live in than you. Okay? So however you think this is your existence, this is your life. And because I went through different things, I started to notice a pattern. And the pattern, when you go through different bad things, is nothing really matters in a good way. Whatever bad happens to you, it doesn't really matter. It's bad only because you interpret it this way. Imagine a billionaire losing half of his money. He will feel sad, right? But if you were in his body and you were a billionaire losing half of your money, you will be happy because you will have $500 million and you had not even a single million before that. Your mind dictates what is good, what is bad, what is whatever. Nothing is bad. The worst that can happen is you can feel bad feelings. But bad feelings are they're really relative. It all depends. If you feel some kind of pain, and the real pain never is physical pain, and you concentrate on it, you're going to notice that it's just another feeling. It's not even pain. Pain doesn't exist. Okay. This is pain. I cannot hide this. I cannot hide this. This is actual pain. Okay. Everything except this is. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is this shit? Okay, Nick, I'm going to have to stop the video, but when I buy another phone, another graphic table, and I do all of the animations that I lost for 3 years, I really hope, I don't demand you do this, but if you're a Romanian, file the serial number. I'm going to give the information about this, about everything that I was in a pawn shop in police. Also, I would like it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell it honestly as it is. I would like it if you can give money to me. But at the same time, I would honestly feel ashamed. I would feel like I own you something, like I have to give you something that I wish that I could give 3 times more than that, but I don't know. My laziness is too big. So, whatever you decide, but and by the way, okay, by the way, I'm not drunk. I feel in a good mood. I can feel it from the bottle, but I'm not drunk. If I was drunk, could I do this? Anyway, don't take life too seriously. And also, what was I going to tell you? I mean, I could say all kinds of stupid things, but it is better if whatever happens to you that is bad, that you just laugh at it. Just laugh at it. Don't take it too seriously, because it's not just that life isn't serious. Life doesn't exist. If you're going to have a dream, very long dream for 8 years, but you wake up and you forget about it. You forgot that you ever even forgot about something. Did it ever exist? No. It's the same with life. When you die, you wouldn't even know that you had a life. You wouldn't even have anything. You wouldn't think anything. This doesn't mean anything. Now, I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ, but as my God and Savior, but still, even then, it's the same thing. Your life here doesn't matter. The only difference is if you believe in God, your life is supposed to be tortured so that you can become better. So if in 10 years, or whenever, you remember my words, it would be that don't take life too seriously. Don't take your ego and your self-esteem and whoever you think you are, even your morality, too seriously. You are nothing, in a good way, and yet you are everything. Do not take this too seriously. None of this matters. Whatever happens to me, none of it matters. Would I like it for bitches to jump on my dick right now, and for me to have money and the appreciation of others? Sure. But suffering is relative. Suffering comes from your mind. Whatever you think you've lost, you lost. The last thing that I'm going to tell you before I stop the video, because I really it constantly stops, is what was it? Fucking hell, man, I forgot. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and okay, I don't know what my last words will be, but let's just say this. The world sucks, obviously. We all have to go through pain, but the good news is all the pain that we have to go through is because of other people. Very rarely is it because of anything else. It's other people. And you are these people. Help other people. Be good with them. I'm not talking about giving to charity. I honestly don't give a fuck about this. If you have a friend and he tells you a secret, don't tell it. Things like this. Be a good person. Now I think that I said this about one guy being in the Albania or whatever, but he never told me to be a secret, so it's okay. Be good with other people, like, not good, moral. My phone stopped again. Basically what I'm telling you is all the suffering comes from you. Not just from your brain, but from other people's brain, mostly because other people live in lies. They believe that they have to be this, they believe they have to be that. Their moral system is just, it sucks. Danish people's moral system is whatever is legal. Their moral system is the state. You have to listen to your instincts about what is moral. You have to help other people. You have to be moral, not good, moral. And if you decide to be evil, if you decide to be immoral, you have to be aware of this. You have to be conscious, because most people are evil and bad, thinking that they are good, thinking not even aware of what they are actually thinking. If people can become more aware and more conscious of everything, why they do it, like the reason why they actually do it. Like, you want to become a chess grandmaster. Why do you want to become a chess grandmaster? Why really? What we would give you? Really, nothing. It's a made-up game. If only 10 people only know how to play chess, you wouldn't really care about it. If chess wasn't as big as it is now, you wouldn't really care about it. You only care about it because you care about status. You care about feeling that you are smart. You care about being a champion, first amongst all others. It all goes back to status. How much do you feel you're in the hierarchy? How much do you think, and pleasure, if you ever did something because you actually liked it, you will do it for free. We all do something for money, for pleasure, which pleasure actually comes from the experiencing of something, or from feeling that you're higher in whatever you made up as your social hierarchy. So if people could understand this more, I believe they can become better. I believe that we can ruin each other in this world less. And I believe that I wouldn't have slept here, because who stole my stuff? Dogs? No, people. If they were aware, not even moral, even if their morality sucked, if they were more aware of everything that they ever thought about, that they wanted, they would have made money in a different way. They wouldn't have had to steal from me. If my boss was a little bit more aware and not a fucking Danish autist, he wouldn't have fired me. He would have understood exactly why I was doing what I was doing. He would have just waited to see if anybody says that something is stolen from them, from the caravan. If the police and whoever operates it was more aware, they would have had the empathy, not sympathy, empathy, there is difference, to put themselves in the place of random people, to see that maybe working from 10 to 12 a.m. for 2 hours is not optimal. If someone needs help, at least in this island it is that, in Samsu. So what can I tell you, Wesley? What can I tell you? Don't take life too seriously.